Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Friday. Whoa. Some weird music playing. That is hilarious. I don't even know what that is. I think it's gone now. What in the heck was that? Did you guys hear that? That was hilarious. It's playing again. I got to find out what is going on here. This is hilarious. I have no idea where that's coming from. You guys aren't hearing it? Okay. Well, I'm going to... This is... Hold on. Okay. All right. I think I got it now. Weird. I'm going to say hello to everybody in the chat, but I am going to bring up who I've got backstage first because that was quite a welcome, wasn't it? I was hearing things you guys weren't. I'm going to bring up Glenda from
Hi.
Grace and Fire. Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm well. Hello, everybody in the chat.
So you didn't hear the music, did you?
No, I didn't.
You know what I think it was? Remember I was telling you how I was going to open another window for the chat so I could take a look at it on YouTube? I bet you it was the ad playing. But what it sounded like was like medieval jousting. And I was sitting there, and I was kind of sitting there looking at the screen trying to look cool, and in my head I was like this. What is that noise? And then it ended, and then I said, oh, good, it's done. And then it did it again. And I was frantically trying to be like this. Meanwhile, I was going like this, clicking everywhere. Well, hey, welcome to the live. Always an adventure. Let me see who we got in the chat here. Hey, Ariella, Viking, Venture, and Victuals. Thank you, my friend. Glad you're here. Hello, Blue Self-Reliance. I hope you're doing well, my friend. I'm going to call you Blue Pixie because I love you that way. Hello, Little Ridge Farm. Welcome in, welcome in. And there's Lisa Kalovi. Hugs and kisses to you. And hello. I was going to say, hey, Grace and Fire, but you're here. Hello, Lynette and Lynn. I had an interview with them this morning on the official Ann Lynn show, which was awesome. And I love the format. It just was like talking with friends. It was a great time. Yeah. Let's see here. Hello, Leanne, Mennonite Farmhouse. Welcome in, my friend. You're waking up, Blue. I totally get it. So nobody heard any of the noise. That's good. Hello, Slavic Kitchen Garden Therapy. Hey, Sherry, Southern Roots. Hello, Kristen at Capone Cabin. Hey, Charlie, Fallen Arkansas Veterans. Hey, Rebecca Davis, Touched by Yarn. Welcome in, welcome in. Tiny Tim Posey. Hello. Hope your birthday was wonderful. Hey there, Vineyard Chicks. Hope you girls are doing well. Hey, Rich at the Old Swedes Farm. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Chris and Larry Homestead. Hello from Arizona. Well, hello from South Dakota. Little Ridge Farm said they're building my tiny home and tiny homestead from scratch, so started my channel to share my DIY and doing lives as well as interviewing others. Awesome. Well, we wish you the best. You're in a good community. I take it Pam is laughing at me because I was hearing things earlier. Let's see here. All the cool peeps are here. And the one who's hearing things, apparently. Hey, Craig Tim, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Hey, Ariella. Blue said I can call her anything I want. I'm going to call you Blue Pixie, baby. Hey, Linda's Prepper Kitchen. Welcome in. Welcome in. Oh, thanks for connecting to everybody, Lynette and Lynn. You're awesome. Hey, Danny, Wicked Awesome Gardening. Hey, Dawn Ray B. Hey, Garden at Table with Heather Lynn. Hang in there, Glenda. I just want to make sure I get everybody.
Oh, say hi to everybody. That's the best part.
Hey, doing better with Mariah. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here, you guys. Leanne, do you have bad weather by you? I saw Don Ray B said, hope you're doing all right in this weather. I just want to make sure everybody's doing good. Oh, Leanne said 1.75 inches of rain today, which is rare. Hey, Joe Serrano. What's that, Glenda?
I'm laughing at Rich. Lisa has her glow light on and the dyed shirt. The purple haze is in effect. She already is hearing things.
That's it. Few hits, we're good to go. Hey, Hike with Mike. Oh, there, I see it. I see it. Yeah, and the turkeys are getting into it too. They're still in the brooder. They're going out this weekend. They're going out in the garage this weekend. Hey, Nora the Stock Explorer, welcome in. Oh, okay. Dawn Ray B says she's got flood alerts. Yeah, I'm glad you're on top of Ridge too. Slava just finished putting all of her seedlings outside, eating dinner and listening. Will you eat your dinner and enjoy? And don't let us interrupt your family time. Just go enjoy. Little Ridge says, good thing I have 4 computer screens. Hey, Nancy, our treasured home. Welcome in. Glad you're here. Lisa thinks they're turkeys, they're quail, but the lights make them look bigger. Yes, they do. Raining in the Midwest. I made it down to the bottom. I got a funny story for you, though.
Okay.
Got a funny story. So the 2 turkeys have been sitting in broody in the box together. We got one who laid the egg or is sitting on the egg, and the other one is like the sympathy mom next to her. Today, we saw the 2 of them come out. So I ran down to the nesting box. I knew they wouldn't be babies yet, but I ran down there to see how many eggs were there, because chickens, you can reach under them and get their eggs, no problem. The turkeys, I swear, they're like little toddlers putting their feet in. You go to reach under them, and they're like this. So I didn't want to freak her out, you know what I mean, and make her stop. Well, there's no egg. Don't know where it went. It's gone. Gone. All that was in there was essentially what we had when we built the boxes was 2, for lack of a better word, ceramic eggs that we put in there, because the turkeys, we figured they hadn't done that yet. So good to do it like what you do with chickens, right?
Yeah.
So those 4 little ceramic balls were in there and an egg. There's no egg. It's gone. I think so, Blue. I don't know. There were 8 eggs in there back when, before I did the incubator, because we really wanted them to do it their own way. And when there were 8 eggs in there, hey, Aoki Homestead, when there were 8 eggs in there, they smashed about 4 or 5 of them.
Oh.
I think they ate the egg, but I'm going to tell you right now, there's no evidence of the egg at all. Like they ate it all.
There aren't any evidence.
There's no evidence. It's like it never happened. So apparently, whatever Rich says I'm taking tonight is what I was doing that night. Because the egg is gone.
It was a figment of your imagination.
So I called Ryan. I'm like, come here. He's like, what? I'm like, and we're looking through the straw. No eggs. So we took the ceramic ones out because we don't need them sitting in there on ceramic eggs for no reason. It's fine. I mean, I have 19 in the incubator, but I'm like, where did it go?
All of this for that. For you guys to sit here and be so like dramatic and sitting on top of what? And act like you were going to hatch out these eggs. And more than
Poof.
likely, they're gone.
Yep. And I knew it because I saw the one will come out and I can tell them apart because when Beatrice was the one who was on top of the egg, and when the males tried to mate with her in the box, there were all 4 of them in there at one point. And her feathers are all kind of messed up in the back from that going on. So I can tell the girls apart. And when I saw Elizabeth come out, I'm like, okay, Elizabeth was taking a stretch break because she was out there with her legs, stretching her wings, all this stuff. Hey, no parts garage. And yeah, and then all of a sudden I see Beatrice come out and I was like, you have a job to do. No egg, gone, poof. Yeah, 4 eggs in the box, 4 turkeys in the box. Yes, exactly. What kind of ranch am I running? It's exactly what I said to the boys. I was like, seriously, they're sitting on your eggs and you're going to do that to them. And I don't think it's a snake. Vineyard chicks, we do have snakes. I've not seen any like we've had in North Carolina, like the black snakes that actually go vertical. I've not seen any snakes here, thankfully. They're here, but I've not seen any. Maybe it's a tricky snake. Don't know. Isn't that weird?
That is weird. A friend of mine has a turkey and she just started laying eggs, and she's the lone turkey. She's the family pet. It's a long story with her. She's not one that they're going to eat or anything. She's just a family. And we think it's the cats that are eating the eggs, to be perfectly honest with you, because we go in, I farm sit every now and then. And so they're like, don't worry if you don't get her egg. And when I go into the nesting area, the egg looks like it's half eaten, but there's some of the shell that's left over. And they think it's the cats that are eating it. But now I'm starting to wonder, after hearing this story, I wonder, her name is Henny, so I'm wondering if Henny is eating her eggs. I'd like to put a camera up there now and see what she's doing.
I'd like to know too. Hey, Andel, no worries, thank you. And hey, Broke Cowgirl. Yeah, Rich was saying that the turkeys would clean up the snakes if they came for the eggs. And I believe that because I believe the chickens would too. Mm-hmm. Hey, the orchard, no worries at all. I know you got a big day tomorrow. Good luck. But yeah, it's just I figured the turkeys would definitely take them down.
Oh yeah,
it's like a circus here lately. Because then we got the other girl who had the stitches, and we kept her in the crate because the 7th day is tomorrow, and then her eggs will be all right to eat. So we put her outside today because of we put her in the crate outside so that way the girls will get used to her again. And tonight what I'll do is I'll take her out of the crate, put her on the roost at dark. And I'm going to put one of those saddles on her to make sure nobody pecks at her. So I have to get the saddle off another girl who is nuts. So I have to do that. So anyway, long story short, she's now turned into a caged animal. When she was in the house, she was like sitting on her little roost, all bougie, like, I like this. I took her outside and she sees the girls. And now if I go like this, I go click with the door. She charges for the door.
Let me have my little kennel. That's my space now. That's my home away from home. And that's the way it's going to be.
She's downright nuts.
Yeah.
She's downright nuts.
You got to have a drama queen in the flock. I have one myself,
Yeah.
And her name is Coco, and yeah, she is my drama queen. She demands everything, and it's hysterical the way the chickens are. I opened up my coop door to clean it out, and she thinks that means freedom. So she jumps out. She's like, "Oh, I can run." Well, never mind the fact that the neighbor's dog is running loose, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"No, Coco, back," But she's like, "Oh no!" And then sometimes, last year she was broody, so we put her in the backyard and let her walk around. And then I was trying to put her back in the coop up on the roost,
Uh-huh.
and so I sat with her on the back porch. Well, the next thing I know, she's pecking at the back sliding door. And there's my husband down on the ground talking to her, and she's pecking at the door like, "Dad, are you going to open that door? Dad." And she's pecking at that door, and I'm going, I videoed it. And I'm like, "Coco, you can't go in there." And she just keeps pecking at that little door. See, everybody's got to have that crazy chicken.
I got a bunch of them. They're my white leghorns. Hey, barefoot lass, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Yeah, you can take the hen from the chicken condo, but you can't take the chicken condo out of the hen. No kidding. I'm convinced I could just let her out and she'd be fine, but I just want to get the apron, the saddle on her to make sure, because she is missing feathers in a lot of parts of her body from the attack. So I just want to make sure she's covered. Her stitches will be fine because it's on her belly. So, and it looks really, really good.
Good.
Yeah, so that's good, but they're just crazy. For a
Well,
while there, it was like animals everywhere.
well, chickens are resilient. I have to say that much. They're some of the toughest little beasts I've ever seen. I just became a chicken owner 2 years ago, and I don't have a farm. I just own chickens, and I didn't realize how tough they can be. There's some tough little birds.
Well, you know how tough they are? No anesthesia, stitched right up. She didn't make a sound, did not make a sound. She was out all night. She was out all night. Let's see, it happened Monday afternoon, like 3-ish. And she was out all night long, and it was cold. And she was injured and bleeding, and and it was cold. No food, no water, which I get they can live a while without that.
Mm-hmm.
She comes strolling back in at 1 o'clock in the afternoon from the back part of the property. And she's, we found her, we got a hold of her. And luckily, because it was just her, we were able to check her over pretty quick. When the whole thing happened the last time, we had to go look for everybody and get them shoved into the coop and then look at everybody. And the ones that were near fatally injured, the two that we had to call, were so badly hurt, and they were just up on the roost. And I couldn't believe it. And so we took a look at her, and she had a really bad wound. And she just, no worries. I held her upside down, and they stitched her. And I'm like, I'd be screaming.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. The stitches will dissolve. I just wanted to point, I think it was your aunt was asking about if I had to take them out. No, they dissolved. So what they did was they stitched her up, and then they sprayed her with this aluminum spray, which coated her entire belly. So like now the feathers are falling out, and it's like peeling off the coat, but it's really helpful because it keeps her from pecking at them. Who's rethinking chickens? Capone Cabin. No, they're fine. Look, the bottom line is, yes, they did get attacked, no parts garage. The bottom line is it wasn't a wild animal, which I could have wrapped my brain around, quite honestly, because you're living in their world. It was a dog that didn't belong on the property that killed 10 of them in about 10, 15 minutes. Because I had just checked on them.
Yeah,
sorry, Glenda.
I'll say that's a real thing, with owning chickens that you have to be really careful about. I know I do. I am very careful because we have 2 dogs ourselves, and I don't ever like to share a whole lot about that. But my dogs are okay with my chickens, but my children, I have adult children, and each of my adult children has 2 dogs, and we will not let their dogs around my chickens just because we know that could be a problem. So, I mean, domestic dogs are, I think, in my opinion, one of the worst for chickens, as far as predators. I mean, that's just my opinion. And I'm a urban homesteader, and that's one of my things that I deal with, that I have to constantly keep an eye out for. Even like the neighbors' dogs, I have to keep an eye out because they are very close into the city limits. My chickens live in the country because we're not allowed to have them in the city, but there's a lot of dogs in the city limits.
Right. I just want to look at the chat for a minute because I missed a few people coming in, and I feel bad. I don't like to do that. Hey, Uncle Al, Die Bullfrog 79, welcome in. And I have a guest backstage. I'll be with you in just a second. Just want to go through, make sure I got everybody in the chat. Hey, Susie Jacobson. And Rich, yeah, I saw what you said. I agree. They don't want to show weakness because they'll be cannibalized.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Matthews Patch, good morning. Yeah. Hey, Carla, living a rogue life. Yeah, Kristen, 2 chows would not get along with chickens. Yeah, I'm going to bring up our guest, and then we'll talk a little bit about it. You ready back there, my guest? She's smiling. Hi, Slava.
Hi.
Nice shirt.
Yes, look at that.
Oh, I like that.
And look at this.
Oh my gosh, you are too funny.
I waited so long to be able to wear it.
I know, you're so funny. I just love you. And that is what you got behind you there.
Oh, it's just my regular stuff, my herbal tinctures and my books and stuff like that. Things that I keep right next to my bed in case of emergency.
Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, so just to pass on the chicken thing, but just the bottom line is we walked out of the house and we were having a conversation, and then we saw the dog, and then it was gone like that quickly. And then when I saw it run, I just looked over to the right, and then I said, "Oh no," and we'll leave it at that. But it was the hours looking for the rest of them. So that's what I was saying in my video. Like we have rocks like that all over the property. And we had one that was literally behind the chicken coop is really high granite rock outcroppings. Ryan found one up in a tree. And that was one who passed away from shock because she was showing signs of shock, and we just couldn't bring her. We treated her, but she just wouldn't come back. But which I'm surprised because it was one of my white leghorns, and those darn things, they're like armor. They're fast. So, but yeah, exactly. Yeah. And Kristen, you guys really didn't even see the worst of it because I had taken pictures because we had animal control here. So I had all that stuff, but thankfully the owner made it right. We'll leave it at that. And so that I'm very pleased with because, like we've talked about before, it's a huge loss of revenue for the farm in addition to the animal loss.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to figure things out as we go. But right now we've got the turkeys, we've got the meat birds, we got animals everywhere.
And pigs coming this summer.
That I'm waiting for. Slava knows that.
Yeah, my daughter was so happy when she saw those pigs. She was like, "Oh, I can't wait to see the piglets. I can't wait to see them."
Tell her you and her and me both.
Yeah, and we don't have any except cats, but we don't have any domestic animals like that. And so when we have a chance of seeing somebody else taking care of animals, it's exciting for us.
It's exciting for me. In fact, Ryan was giving me a hard time about it the other day because we were moving some stuff and getting rid of like a bed and stuff like that. And we have a frame. And Ryan said, well, we better keep the frame because you're going to need a place to sleep when you're out there with the pigs. Because I will be out there. I mean, so just to watch them. Thank you, Ariel. I appreciate it. And it was just really funny because he's like, it's going to be like, he's going to be a parent and it's going to be like Christmas morning when I come and start screaming that there's piglets outside. Because like literally the first time we got an egg, I was like, we got an egg. Then the turkey started hatching and I'm like, we got turkeys. I'm like a child. But
no, I think that's fantastic. You should be celebrating. I mean, this is fantastic. I mean, hello.
Yeah, it's well, this is going to be big, a lot bigger. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So with no pig vets around, I'm going to be by myself. So I just want to go to the chat real quick. Yes, Gwen. Yes. That's all taken care of. Thank you very much. So I'm very pleased with how it turned out because I didn't think it would turn out that way, quite honestly. But that's what happens. I'm a force to be reckoned with because I drove around and found out where it lived. Merrick's disease a few years ago lost the whole flock. Foxes are our main issue. Ducks seem to attract more attacks than chickens. That is true because we had 5 ducks last year and we lost 3. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. That's right, Lisa Colovia. I am moving into the pig barn. Don't you be laughing at me. Yeah, no worries, Ariella. Can away. It is sad, Susie. I agree, but they did make it right, and that's all you can ask for in a situation like that. You know, I'm trying to move on from that other part because it was pretty wild. A neighbor stole my chickens. They were free range, went over there, and they kept them and fight. Oh, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Everybody wants chickens.
My gosh, go buy chicks. They're all over the place. Well, here they are. I know some of the states are struggling. Hey, Sheila B. Hey, Brooklyn. Hi, Andy from Brooklands. Oh, I got somebody backstream. Let me just go look here. Is it due to the ducks moving slower than the chickens? I don't know about that. Maybe Matthew's Patch could speak to that, but I can tell you we had an electric fence and we had a duck house and the ducks would sleep in the pool and they got pecked right out of the pool because 2 of them were deceased and 1 we never found. Let's see. All right, I think I got everybody. Let's see who we got here on this side. Hello, guest backstage in the green room. How's the treats? Would you like to come up? You said no? Now I'm bringing you up. Be forewarned. Don't pick your nose. How are the green room snacks?
Oh, they were yummy.
Good, I'm glad. Only the best for you. Susie, I would definitely get them. Don't worry about a rooster. You don't need a rooster. I don't blame city folks for not allowing roosters, let me tell you. Because in close quarters, I would not be happy listening to Dwight screaming in my ear. Although I have new windows, I don't hear him. But I can tell you this, Dwight's gotten, he's fine with us, no problem at all. He's a great rooster. I really love him. But you can see he's gotten a lot more protective over them. And if there's any one little noise, he's very attentive and calling them and they come running. Oh, it's hilarious. I thought we lost him too. And I didn't want to lose him because he's a good boy, let me tell you. What are you doing over there?
I was trying to hold hands with Slava. She took her hand away too quick.
I was fixing the lamp.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it looks like we're all in one room.
It does. It does. Did you see there was a comment there from Kristen at Capone Cabin?
Yeah, it's a whole different being on the computer and not on the phone.
That's right. Isn't it? Oh my gosh.
And since today's the last day of my cell phone bill, I get to say, oh, I got so much data, I can actually do it on the computer.
Gwen says I have 4 roosters between 3 coops. One doesn't crow hardly ever. The other 3 make up for his not crowing by 110%. And then Rich says we have rooster wannabes. I don't know, Rich. It sounds like you're going to need a rooster there. You could get one. I mean, hey, Kettle Kitchen. Exactly. I mean, I like him. He was just, we think he's a sapphire gem. And I just got him from the lady who had Grant. And she said, you want a rooster? And I went, what's wrong with him? Because I was taught if somebody wants to give you a rooster, there's something wrong with it. So I said, what's wrong with him? And she looked at me and she's like, what do you mean? And I said, well, if somebody wants to give you a rooster, there's something wrong with it. And she said, no. I did a straight run and I got way too many. She goes, he's a good boy. I have no problem with him. I was like, all right, we'll take him. I totally get it. I totally get it, Rich. Yeah, if the rooster gets mean, he's out of here. I'll tell you that right now. No aggressive animals. So what's going on with all of my lovely friends here tonight?
It's so wet here.
Here too. Been raining all week.
My husband's changed his clothes twice already today. Coming in drenched. He had to drive the lawn tractor from the barn to one of our rentals so he could use it to run the generator to fix it up. He was completely soaked.
Oh, geez.
That's a man for you. Driving the rain.
Oh, yeah. And Slava, it's raining by you too?
It was raining the whole week with a little bit, little pauses between. So I used those opportunities in between the rain to plant some tomatoes and some peppers. And just now I was working on bringing the rest of my seedlings because I had like a ton of seedlings indoors. And I was so sick of them being there, like occupying the space because, I'm going to have a party on Sunday, Mother's Day party, and I want to use that room, but the seedlings were all over the windows. I had like the party table, one of those folding tables. It was all occupied by petunias, so I needed to take them all out. And I finally did it. So I'm so happy that, it's done. I mean, I have to still plant them all, but at least they're outside in the greenhouse getting hardened off, acclimated. And then next week, we're straight from winter to summer. Like there's no spring. We were in like 30s, 40s this week because of the rain. It got a little bit warmer, 50s. And then next week, it's supposed to be 80s every single day and sunny and hot and no rain whatsoever.
Oh, feast or famine.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
How it was here. We had frost last week and we had 70 degrees this week. And
wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I have short sleeve on today, which is rare for me. You guys always know I'm in a hoodie. And I know Chris and Larry Homestead said that it's dry by them and it's still dry here, but we actually got rain Wednesday. I mean, not a lot, but the reason why I laugh about it is because I got a Facebook Marketplace deal on a free gate I was telling Leanne about, and it ended up being a truckload of stuff. And it was free, but the joke of it was we were actually out there and getting soaked. I'm like, it hasn't rained in months, except for that hailstorm we had, that short bit. But now it's going to rain tonight.
Diesel.
Quiet. It's a bad dog. He's crying because Daddy's outside. So yeah, I hope you guys get some rain there, Chris and Larry Homestead. But it was in the 70s today, and it was absolutely unbelievable. Hey, Country Mama Musings. Hey, Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa. And Slava, I got a question for you about the greenhouse in 1 second.
Mhm.
Raining here in New York. Cool. Yes, Carla, he's saying hello to you. He does want to be on camera, Chris and Larry. He totally does. So let me ask you a question about putting your seedlings in the greenhouse to harden off.
Mhm.
I'm used to hardening them off without a greenhouse. So tell me what it would look like, because I have tomato plants in here that need to go out, and we finally have weather where I feel I could protect them in the greenhouse. We'll
Well-
still have frost, but I can cover them and they'll be all right. So how do you harden them off by putting stuff out in the greenhouse?
Well, hardening off, most people think it's getting them used to the temperatures, but the worst thing is not the temperatures that can hurt, but the sunlight. So by putting plants in, even if it was like 80 degrees outside, I couldn't just be leaving them out because the sun will just burn them. So indoors, even if they're under lights or on the windowsill, they are not getting enough. That light they're getting is not as strong as the sunlight. So by using greenhouse, I don't know which, I think you have the same one as no, you have the plastic, the strong plastic one, right?
It's clear, essentially.
But it still filters out the sun, I think. Mine is like dark green plastic, so it doesn't, the sunlight is not as strong as I would just plant, things outside. So in my case, I never get, if I put my seedlings in the greenhouse, they do not get the sunburn. And I just leave them there. So I don't bring them in again, and I don't do that. That's why I love the greenhouse, because I don't have to carry trays of seedlings back and forward from the house. And it saves so much time. So 2 weeks ago, or last week, when was it? We got to like low 30s, and my tomatoes were already in the greenhouse, because a few days before that it was like 60, so I brought them all out. So all I did, I just took like fabric cover, one of those frost blankets, and I just covered them on one of those nights. And then the next night it was a little bit higher and I didn't even cover, and they made it. In the morning when I go to the greenhouse, it's always around 10 degrees more than the outside. Even though there is no heating, nothing like that. But just the fact that it's closed, causes that greenhouse effect.
Okay, because the reason why I'm asking is because we went from we had the swing like you did, and so right now I've got the tomato plants in solo cups, right, and they're getting so tall, they really need to be in a pot and staked up. That's my problem right now, and I didn't want to spend a week getting them acclimated and hardened off if I have a greenhouse and could do it quicker.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I'm looking for a picture of the greenhouse to show you, so that it would give you a better idea. Of course, I know, I just wanted to show it to you. But they're huge. Well, here, let me bring up our guest backstage. Are you ready, guest backstage? Okay.
They didn't get any treats because I had them all ate.
I know. Hey, Jennifer Anger. Hi, Blue.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm awake.
It's middle of the night there for you.
Yeah, it is.
I thought you weren't coming tonight.
Well, I was awake, so I figured,
It's actually middle of the morning for her.
Yeah.
True. I can't believe I can't find. Oh, here.
You just have to watch the replay on the actual video. So
No, you can see the front doors of it. Do you see that plastic, Slava?
Yeah, I see.
So sunlight gets through it. I don't know. I may just take it easy. I put them on the porch, not in the sun.
Maybe not on a sunny day. Maybe pick one of those days that it's not sunny and just bring them all out. They will start getting used to the outdoor conditions, and the sun. Because even if it's cloudy, there's still sunlight coming through. It's just not as strong. So, little by little.
Yeah.
You don't,
Yeah.
and just in case it is really sunny the next day or something, maybe you can use one of those mesh covers or something like that to create a shade for your tomatoes.
Yeah.
And you may leave one out and just see how one behaves. That's what I usually do.
I could throw a tarp over the greenhouse.
Yeah. I mean, anything can be done. If there is a will, there is a way.
Yeah, and I agree. It's the sunlight, because I remember, hey, LG Homestead. I remember when we had not last year, the year before, we had these leggy seedlings, and we wanted to put them out there, and we put them out there, and that's when I learned about the sun issue, because I put them out there and they were dead. Last year we had the most beautiful seedlings ever, but yeah, I may try that, Carla. Carla's talking about a shade cloth. Hey, Charlene Hill.
Jay Celtic Roots had an actual really, really good video on shade cloths this week.
It was excellent.
Mm-hmm.
It was excellent. I don't think of shade cloths as often, and Casey and I at Ormsby Farm had this conversation because he was asking questions, and I said, I don't know. I'm in South Dakota. We need all the sun we can get. I don't have where it's too hot in my greenhouse. And it actually does get too hot in there, and I have to open it, but that's summertime, not now, because you want it to keep the heat for at night. So, but yeah, that was an excellent video. I like that one. But thank you, Slava. I'm going to try that because I have to restake my indoor tomatoes. Ryan came up with a better way to stake them because my fancy tying was horrible. And so he came up with they're like 2 stakes. And Slava, you saw the post that I had on Instagram where I had those round things, and you said, they're like metal cages. They were clearance bins from like a dollar store. And so when we got the greenhouse, the lady goes, oh, my father got these bins from some store that closed, and said, oh, do you want them? And I'm like, sure. So that's what we put the 5-gallon buckets in. And so now what we're doing is putting 2 poles on either side and tie strapping them. Mm-hmm. And then you can take the cloth ties. Ryan likes to use white cloth, like I know Broke Cowgirl uses socks, but they're like old sheets or something like that. And you tear them, and he ties them on there, and that helps really well too.
Mm-hmm. So anything can be used as a, in my previous video, I just chopped this wild tree that was just growing from underneath my garage. And, it comes every year, and I keep cutting it, and it keeps coming back. So when I cut those branches off, I use them to stake my tomatoes. I'm like, I'll put a good use to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, I built a garden gate to stake dahlia tubers that are coming up. And you could do that with tomatoes too, but I used a magnolia tree that I was trimming, and I built a gate out of it. So I'm really excited to see how the tubers, when they grow up, the dahlias come up, and being able to stake it to that little gate. It's going to turn out this year. But normally I use cattle panels, and I stake my tomatoes up on cattle panels. So I know Gwen does that. Yeah, she said ripped up old cloth sheets. Yeah, Ryan uses, he got a hold of these old sheets. Let's just leave it at that. Somebody got some at an auction or something, passed it on to him. Country Mama said, Lisa, you've created a cracky addict over here. Jim is going overboard, buys his snacks based on whether or not he can use the container to grow cracky. What's wrong with that? Why do you think we're buying 3 pounds of coffee at a time? Because we need more big red canisters. Is there a problem with that? So if you're pinging the next time we see you on a live, we're going to know she just needs it for the cracky method. She somebody's got to drink the coffee, right?
That's right.
Yes.
Actually, I tell Ryan, I'm like, do you mind if I dump all this in a Ziploc? Because I need the canister. And see Leanne's face? That's what he does. Hey, Charles at Bushcraft. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. And yeah, Kristen at Capone Cabin, I saw that you got those clips. Those are awesome. Yeah, so I'm hoping to tidy things up. The lettuce that I planted was this hydroponic lettuce that came with, I think it came with when I bought some rock wool. They said, oh, you get free seeds, and I planted it. It was horrible lettuce. So the chicken in the house, she was happy because she got it all when I cut it the other day.
Are you sure it wasn't Swiss chard?
No, it's not Swiss chard. It was like this. Swiss chard looks beautiful. I've seen it in my greenhouse. This was like light green and looked like, help me.
Oh my goodness.
Look at Blue. She's laughing over there. Yeah, Blue was like this. It said, help me. It would have one leaf.
That's what I looked like the other day.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. I'm excited about the tomatoes because even the one in soil finally has blossoms on it.
Nice.
They haven't opened yet. It's just that I saw them hanging. But that's why I want to get them in the greenhouse because there's just tomatoes everywhere.
Like
Great idea, Lisa, to grow indoors.
I'm amazed by this cracking method. I've been watching all of your videos and I'm sitting here getting really excited because as soon as I get my outdoor garden outside, I plan on starting to get my materials together. I'm actually upstairs in my office and I have a shelf dedicated to where I'm going to do this with the heating mats and the lights and whatnot. So I am really getting excited. I'm so impressed by it. It just seems so simple and the results are just they're impactful and just I'm so intrigued by it. So I can't wait to get started on this.
I'm glad because it's really cool. Hey, Barb's Country Home. I mean, I got enough to do and I'm lazy. So like, if you saw my post on Instagram for the Homesteaders Challenge, I was like, yeah, I could do without gardening outside.
Did you notice Rich's comment?
No. Old Swedes Farm?
Yeah.
Did he cuss me out?
Kinda.
Oh! Wait, he said something about the light behind me.
With the pink light behind you.
I can't talk about the hydroponic lettuce. I can because it's actually hydroponic lettuce. But yeah, it's amazing. I've never done the tomatoes. I've always done lettuce, and lettuce has been gone well. Every time I've planted lettuce, it's gone amazing. I've cut it, and then it grows back 2 or 3 times, and then I just toss it and start over. And this lettuce looks terrible. Bok choy, first time I grew it, and looked amazing. We got 2 harvests out of that. Hey, Fairy Dragon. And now the tomatoes is just pretty wild. I think Ryan's feeling like he's had it with gardening this year because he's always done really well at it, and he's feeling frustrated with the climate here and stuff. So that's why I bought him a Hori Hori knife. And look at Leanne's face.
I love those things.
Does everybody know what a Hori Hori knife is?
I don't.
Okay, hold on.
It's my favorite thing. I love it. I use mine in the garden all the time.
It's top of my Santa list this year.
Oh, I got it for Christmas a couple years ago. They are the best things to have.
Dale had it on her live, and I asked her if she had an affiliate link. She didn't, so I ended up buying it because I do these surveys and I get free gift cards, and I love it.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Where do you see that?
Huh?
Do you have a link for that?
Showtime. So the Hori Hori knife comes with these gloves. Where do you see this? Check this out.
Wow.
I love them. I love them.
You can dig hard plastic. How cool is that?
Nice.
Pam, do you want me to come over there?
Yeah.
Can I Mitch?
Yeah. Ready. Ready.
So
If I bought those would go right in the trash because my husband would be putting them there.
that's
I-
right. Catwoman, Chris and Larry.
I'd be running around pretending I was like a velociraptor or something.
I'm really I'm
And
really
chasing
disappointed because it comes with another glove, but it doesn't have the claws. Because I wanted to walk around going like this,
That is so
scratching the pigs. And then here's the knife. Danny at Wicked Awesome Gardening, she's giving one away on Sunday. So check out Wicked Awesome Gardening.
Nice.
So apparently it's got the measurements.
Mhm.
Hold on, let me make the window bigger without hurting myself. Okay. You see?
Mhm.
So you can dig with this, you can cut with it,
Mm-hmm.
and you can slice. This is also a blade.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really cool. And then so basically it's supposed to be you only need this to
Mhm.
garden.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I've
Yes.
seen on those no dig channels like Charles Dowding and Hugh Richards. They use this because you're supposed to not dig with big shovels and stuff. Just
Mhm.
use this knife.
Yeah, and the nice part about it, I mean, for a man, it wouldn't be for me because I never wear a belt or pants I wear leggings, so or a pair of jeans, but it's got the belt loop,
Nice.
Mhm.
so that's pretty cool. And then I bought him this. I was trying to invigorate his gardening because I need him to do the outside gardening, so I don't have to. He's good at it. That's why. It's just he's trying to get used to the climate here, But we bought the seed square template.
Oh,
I
yes. I
I
have
have
one of
it.
those. Mm-hmm. Those are nice for square
Well,
gardening.
I thought it was cool
Mm-hmm.
because
Here,
a lot of the
I
stuff
have
we
it
don't.
too.
Awesome! I
Yeah.
love it because it all snaps together.
Mhm.
You put the cup in the back,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know, you guys in the chat, you know what this is? But anyway, yeah, it was pretty cool because say lettuce is blue in a
Mhm.
square foot garden, you would put your seeds in just the blue. If you're categorized red, then you put that many, and it helps you to be a little more efficient in your planting.
Yeah.
See, it shows this here. So that way you get the most space. So that was why we did it.
Mm-hmm.
I know, you don't need it. I probably could have made one.
And then the oval, where the oval holes are at, that's where you like put your hands in between to grab that and like to actually like squish it down into the ground.
Yes.
Mhm.
That's what you do with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm hoping that'll
I
make
bought
us.
mine for kids mainly because I want my kids to get used to gardening, and I don't want them to ask me, how far I planted this one and how far this. So I just want them to like learn on their own because that's how I am. I learn on my own, and my older daughter is kind of the same way. So, this seeding square was really helpful for her.
Awesome.
cool.
Carla, I can send you a link for it. I can after the live, like tomorrow, I can put the link down in there for you for the affiliate. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it was cheap enough to do, and I was gonna just make one. Quite honestly, I'll be honest, I was gonna do that, and then I thought, well, you buy it one time, and it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna
Yeah,
last a while.
It's very sturdy.
It is, and I like that it all clips together, and it's got the magnetic wand that's
Mhm.
sticks in there.
I've had mine for about 4 or 5 years now, and I love it. I have a raised garden, and that's where I use it at. And I'm horrible about just throwing seeds and then having to go back and thin it out. So this thing my husband bought for me, and I got it for Christmas, and best tool ever.
To me, it makes sense because you're trying to make the most of your, I mean, it's like when I planted in the stackables, you want to know.
Mhm.
Jesse has the link for that tool,
Awesome.
but it's not an
Thank you.
affiliate link.
Yeah, it's not the affiliate link. I'll put the affiliate.
And the Hori Hori knives are really good. They cut through like hard dirt really well. I have one as well, and it's really good to cut through that dirt. I notice because like a normal shovel for me, I have arthritis in my hands, and so I have a hard time like digging down in that soil. And the Hori Hori knife is my go-to tool, and that's the one I always grab for. So if you have arthritis in your hands and that's one of your struggles, try that out and see if that works for you. It does for me.
I use a shovel because I got the weight to put behind it. Till I hit a rock. And then I'm like, Brian, can you handle this, please?
I just
Blue.
let Howard.
Huh?
I just let Howard use the tiller.
Yeah, we're gonna till this weekend. Blue is trying to behave and not wait to any. Okay, then I won't ask you.
Ask away. Ask away.
Tell us how you are at least, because everybody's all worried because poor Blue's in the corner.
I'm okay. I'm okay. I had a little thing that I did to myself on Tuesday, where I wriggled in my chair and I threw my back.
Oh my.
But I'm all right actually, because it wasn't actually my back. It was the muscles, the ones that go from your spine round to your thigh. I twisted them somehow. So for most of this week, I've been walking like that.
I have problems with my left side on that.
Yeah,
I know what it's like.
It's pretty painful actually. And but I'm just sitting here in the corner, spaced out on painkillers. I'm all good. Yeah,
Life is good.
yeah.
You need some grow lights and a tie-dye t-shirt.
I know. I couldn't compete with you, honey. No. I'll just look spaced out, and you can look as if you're supposed to be spaced out. How's that? And then we've got balance.
My husband has also hurt himself last week. He's walking on crutches now. Poor guy. He was just trying to play with kids. And, they were just throwing ball. And he moved the wrong way. And he pulled his calf muscle.
Oh.
So it went away the first day. And then a couple days later, he did it again. So it didn't heal properly. And then he pulled it again. So then it got swelled, and bruised all over. So he had to go to a chiropractor to get some help. And I bought him crutches. So for the first time, he had to learn how to use crutches.
Crutches stink.
They do.
They hurt. They stink.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, gosh. Hey, gathered together. Hey, Susan's Ramblings. Welcome in. Welcome to Blue's Psychedelic Corner. Have a great weekend, Nancy, at our treasured home. Thanks for being here. Oh, I hope he feels better, Slava.
Yeah, he's getting better. It's been a week, and we're planning to do a barbecue on Sunday. So I'm like, are you sure you can do it? I mean, I can always cook indoors, but he's like, no, I'll do it. I just joke with him. I tell him, you can't pretend you're young anymore. You have to take it easy.
Exactly. We lost Leanne. She bailed on us.
Oh.
Hey, Lori Carp.
Yeah.
She just that's it. She was like, bye. She didn't even say bye, Felicia.
No. She just left the party. I mean, goodness, that was kind of...
Man, you guys in the chat, you gotta throw up some hearts or something.
Yeah.
Throw up some hearts for Leanne and maybe she'll come back.
Yeah.
Pam, do you smell over there? Is that the problem?
No, it's not too bad yet. I was like, there's no flies around me or anything like that. But yeah, I'm all good.
That's good. That's
I did
good.
check, so,
Yeah, that's right, Rich. Yeah, we all have our. Leanne's got our flashcards. I have mine too over here. I have to keep them nearby for Daz's lives. There's like a ton of them. It's like we've got them all pre-written. Oh, speaking of which, before I forget, I'm glad he said that. I totally forgot. So I'm going to talk in code, guys.
Okay.
Rich at the Old Swedes farm
Mm.
is working towards an hour milestone.
ooh,
Ooh.
ooh.
So he would really love it if you would check out the channel. I think he's a third of the way. I'm sorry, 2/3 of the way there.
Okay.
Wow, that's close.
Wow, that's cool.
Let's just say he's a lot closer to the main number. Let's put it that way. But he could use some people checking out his playlist. He's got one with every video in it.
Oh, bless him.
That's awesome.
Yes, yes. So Rich will be keeping the turkeys company at night until they go in the garage.
Okay.
Ooh, we got 2 people who came back.
Ooh.
Yay!
I think one is Leanne. Welcome back.
Hey.
Pam was going like this. Yeah. Oh, we got somebody else. You ready for this? I think this is his premiere live. I don't think he's been live before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony.
I'm here.
Have you been live before? He's frozen.
Hey, we can do that too.
Yeah,
Hip hop hooray! Oh.
there he goes. So, Tony, this is your first time being on a
I
live.
gotta tell you guys something that cracked me up when. Yes, hold on a second. I'm got a real bad delay for some reason. Hold on just a second. I'm trying to look at 2 different things and figure this whole process out.
Close out all your windows except for the stream.
Okay, I'm gonna look at my phone and not the computer.
Okay.
That works.
Okay.
Rich, it is Friday night aerobics.
Okay. Now can you see me?
Now you don't. No, yeah, we can.
And we can hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Leanne. It's like
Okay,
Mennonite
so
radio.
What
She
I
said,
gotta tell you guys.
hello. Sorry.
Hello. Hello from Pennsylvania.
Good luck. Good luck, Tony. Good luck.
What I got to tell you guys that I thought was funny was when they were talking about you and the pink light in the background. And then all of a sudden Blue comes on and she goes, "It's on top of my Christmas list." I died laughing. I was on the floor.
Happy to oblige.
So, hi, everybody. I'm Tony from Kettle's Kitchen.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome. Do you know everybody on the panel?
He's been sending me
I know Leanne.
emails.
I know. Ooh.
I
What?
was like, what?
I'm here, guys, right? You know that.
Yeah, you know. Hello, Rich. I'm a first-time caller.
It's just funny the way you
Oh,
leaned
you guys
over
cracked
because
me
when
up.
we do the podcast recording, I have to be like right here. And when I do the lives, I'm like, yeah.
Hey, where's the mic?
So I go like this. I go,
My problem I'm having is my computer is lagging. My phone is like 10 steps behind everything. And I'm not sure which one to look at or which one to follow.
I'm looking at the melon screen.
I was looking at it, but every time, like Blue is frozen. She's stuck.
Well, it is cold here.
Yeah, like
it could
that.
just be that. You know, it's like 5 degrees Celsius or something ridiculous. Yeah, that's me frozen.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I get the Brady Bunch thing now. This
You
is
get it?
weird.
Oh, I got it wrong again. Yeah, it's
The
backwards.
Yeah.
The
Anyway.
Brady
Sheila.
Bunch.
Your show, not mine. Go ahead. Sorry.
Hey, Sheila, Pastime 84. Everybody, welcome in Sheila.
Woo! Magic fingers.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. I need 9 guests. Yeah, no worries, Alicia. I don't know if I can have, I don't know. Rich, do you want to come up
You can have up to 12.
on Melon?
Melon?
Mm-hmm.
Jinx. Lisa and I said that at the same time.
And you're wearing blue, so I touched you.
She's not wearing me. I'm sitting at the side of her.
Here, I'll do it for you, Lisa.
And I have a blue wall and blue wards.
Yeah, and ship a little bit far, you know.
And a blue phone case.
I've got a blue phone case.
Oh,
Look. Well, it doesn't look very blue, but I promise it's.
mine's
I've
bright
got the
blue.
grow light. There we go.
Rich, I
Mine-
just texted it to you.
Mine is moderator blue.
Mine is dark blue. But my walls are a medium blue.
Mine's pretty.
Ooh.
See, mine looks like Slava's backyard.
My earrings. I think my earrings are blue. Yeah.
Beautiful,
They're dark
beautiful
blue.
flowers.
Not yet, Lisa.
Do you see? Did you see how? If you guys are not watching Slava's channel, we need to talk because this woman has got more plants than Lowe's and Home Depot in the regional office.
Mm-hmm.
You got tulips, right?
Yeah, right now I have tulips, daffodils, I have brunera in bloom, and my fruit trees are blooming right now. So I'm most excited about the sour cherry because last year it was blooming for the first time, and I only got like 2 cherries out of it. And this year it's blooming all over. So I'm so excited. It's a 6-year-old tree that I planted, and I can't wait to have a ton of cherries because I love cherries.
Cherries are awesome.
Especially
Awesome.
the sour variety, the tart cherries. I love them the most because they don't sell them in stores here. So the only way you can get them is to go to one of those U-Pick farms and then climb on the tree and harvest it yourself, which I don't mind doing. But I mean, coming out of, from my back porch and just grabbing, some cherries, that's better.
Wow.
So I love it.
Bye, Barb. Happy Mother's Day. Have a good weekend. Even Country Mama said her tulips are up and they're getting ready to bloom.
Mine are almost done blooming.
Yeah.
We're not going to have them for a while. And it's been warm, don't get me wrong. And then I drove to Rapid City today, and I mean, it's a heck of a lot warmer there. It was a beautiful day for a ride. I got a surprise, but I'm not going to tell you guys.
You'll tell me after the show.
Oh no.
But you'll have to keep your mouth shut.
Don't I always?
You do. But yeah, we'll have a video. We'll have a video out on Monday. But we got something exciting.
I got something exciting too for
I think
Mother's Day and for my birthday that's coming up soon.
What'd you get?
My husband got me green stalks, 2 of them.
Oh.
And I'm so happy. He asked me, he's like, I know you want something garden related, do you? I'm like, yes. He's like, can you give me a hint? I'm like, of course I can. So I just sent him a link and he ordered it for me, and I can't wait to get them. I mean, everybody on YouTube has one of those, and I'm like, I need them too. And I want to put them in the backyard.
No.
In the backyard when I, walk out of the back door.
Yeah.
I want to put them on both sides. I have an arc over there, and then on the sides of the arc, I want to have the green stalks.
I could not think of a better person to have them than you, because that's amazing. They're having a deal on them now, which is really good. It's like $109, and if you do Stivers code, you get like $10 off, which is really cheap. The only reason I'm hesitant is because of the vertical. I'm worried about with the winds, with it getting pushed over. I do want one, don't get me wrong, but I would put it in the greenhouse. But I know that they'd be a lot better than the dollar store ones that I have. Hey, our cabin in the woods, welcome in.
So I have 3 of them, and I deal with 60. Yeah, I have 3 green stalks.
Check you out.
I bought mine when they were on sale.
Oh, I know. I'm just messing with you. I'm just green with envy.
We deal with 60-mile-an-hour winds, and I have a chain link fence, a 6-foot chain link fence on the back of my property, and we take bungee cord, and we just, at the top of it, we take the bungee cord at the top, and then we just kind of strap it to it, and I've not had them knock. As long as I've just kind of done that, no problems. But that's just extra, like, security.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Carmen, Jesus loving homesteader, and yes, Vineyard Chicks. It's, Vineyard Chicks, the dollar store planters that stack. The green stalk is like them on steroids. They're really great quality planters. It's the Cadillac of the stackable planters. You can water at the top.
I take the garden hose and just stick it at the top. You're really, and so I just fill it, and there's a line on the inside, and you fill it to that line, and then it just like waters it for you all the way down.
And look at Rich.
The new thing with that now is that they're saying don't just fill it to the line, wait until the water's at the bottom, and then stop the water.
And Rich is like,
not that I have one, because the shipping is worth more than the green stalk. So,
Yeah, and Rich is like, oh, send me the link. And I'm like, oh, are you going to buy one for me too? When you buy one for Holly? Just curious. Oh, he's probably talking about, he said send it. He's talking about the link for the live. Duh.
That's okay. You can take a green stalk, couldn't you, Lisa? I mean, if Rich is buying you one,
yeah, Rich, I'll send you the link for the green stalk too.
Yeah. She'll hook you up with which code to put in at checkout. She'll save you $10.
He's probably like, what?
And Nightbot just dropped your merch code, my link.
Oh, shucks. I don't sell green stock, though. It would be cool to sell a green stock with my logo on it. One thing I will tell you, when we were talking about the hydroponics, and I swear, I know that I am sponsored by them on Round the Hay Bale, but I did not talk about this in my video because I'm not going to stand behind a product I don't believe in. So when we planted the raspberries, I had said, if you notice, I just talked about the product and what it was. I didn't say it was great or not because I couldn't tell you guys. I am super impressed with this Kelzyme stuff, and this is not paid right here. This is because they sent this micronized stuff, and I'm a night owl, and I was messing around with one of my hydroponic tomatoes, and I was telling the folks on the hay bale about this, that I was shocked. I take my hydroponic tomato out, and you know what it's like to thread roots through those holes when they're all twisted? Forget it. So I did the best that I could, and then I had to yank roots off of it, which was trauma to the plant. Long story short, I put the thing in the 5-gallon bucket to transplant it, and it's like this. So I laid like fertilizer jar up against it just till it perked back up. Less than 24 hours, it was perked back up with that fertilizer. So
oh my gosh.
I've been pouring it on everything in my house because it's going to make me a Slava gardener. It's going to make me garden just like Slava because I poured it on the tomatoes and they grew and everything. So I mean, I'm just saying I was impressed because it really did work. That's all. But I'm not asking anybody to buy it. I'm just saying, being real. It was cool. I couldn't believe it because you know how plants, when they get transplanted, they take a while to come back up. And this thing was standing up by itself the next morning. And then I poured it on the other, even on the lettuce, and the lettuce grew quicker. It just looked terrible, but it grew quicker.
Wow.
Yeah, some varieties of lettuce
I'm
are
jealous
just not
of you
good.
guys because we don't get. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm jealous because we want to plant and get gardens and everything, and we just can't because our expected frost is so far into the year that we're just sitting here waiting. That's all we're doing. Got everything built, everything together, and we're just waiting.
I'm in the same boat as you, Tony, because I mean, I will put stuff in the greenhouse, but I have to sit there and watch the weather. It's not like I can set it and forget it. You know, like me and Slava were talking earlier, is like I'm going to have to cover it and everything like that. Like I have to uncover my strawberries because they're starting to grow, but in the meanwhile, I don't want to take the straw off because they're going to get frosted. And then I have to start doing this every night with a towel. That's just a pain in the neck to me.
Mine were blooming last week, and we were calling for frost, so I was taking the sheets out every night.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're not alone, Tony. Country Mama said the same thing. Nothing in the ground here in Iowa either.
I've got nothing in. I haven't sowed any seeds yet at all. So, yeah.
We have potatoes that are usually go in on Good Friday, and we didn't do them, and we'll do them this weekend. And then I'm hoping to try carrots in the ground and beets. But what else should we plant now in cold if we get frost and cold weather?
Broccoli and cabbage.
Yeah,
and
any cabbages will do it. Spinach, arugula, stuff like radishes. They can take.
Yeah, so we won't grow cabbage because we've tried it before and we just don't get it within that short window. Maybe because we don't plant early enough.
You can overwinter brassicas, you know that, right?
Yes, I have heard that. And then I'm going to see if we can do some broccoli. We had really good broccoli last year, so we'll plant some of that. We'll direct sow some of that stuff. I've got sugar snap peas in my in a big metal tin. Nothing's coming up, of course.
And if you like beans, you can try broad beans or fava beans. They can take some cold too. Mine are actually blooming right now. They're starting to bloom. I started them indoors in, I believe, February or maybe like beginning of March. And then I took them outside in the end of March. And they're just starting to bloom.
Yeah, I put mine in November. They just start and put them outside. Straight into the containers out the back. And they're actually coming up. They came up. They just... it's a bit warmer now. Let's just poke our heads up. But they're good that way. Yeah.
Yeah, broad beans are good. They're the only beans that can take cold. The rest of the beans are not.
Divas. That's what.
So Rich is trying to come up, but he can't come up because it says I've reached my limit. I can only have 6.
Okay, then I'll hop out.
No, it's fine. He's still watching if he wants. No. You guys are here. I wanted to throw it out there. We'll share space. Don't worry.
Okay.
We'll share space. So Tony, what's going on with you?
You would ask me that question, wouldn't you?
Okay, what's your favorite color? How about that? Is that easier?
We're blue. Thank you. That was easy. Sorry. Honesty. Actually, a lot of my time's being taken on probably more by the collaboration coming up, and
what collaboration
finally
is
got
that,
everything
Tony?
set up, so we'll be getting our announcement out. I'm sorry, that's almost creepy. You're like in my head.
Good night, Carla. Hello, Chris's Clevercraft. Tony, tell us about your collaboration.
So my collaboration is Jam It Up. I can't even think right now. June. Sorry. And it's basically we're putting recipes out there that are jams, jellies, preserves, whether it's water bath can, steam canned, freezer jams, and refrigerator jams. And we ended up getting 31 collaborators involved. 4 Jars is donating a big portion of prizes, over $400 worth of prizes. McSunley is a kitchen cookware facility or manufacturer. They're donating a 21.5 quart water bath canner.
To somebody in the 48
and
states.
It starts on June 1st, and we'll have 2 people. Sorry?
Oh, I said to somebody in the 48 states.
Yes, you are correct. The only prize, and I'm glad you brought that up because I had forgot about that. The only prize that we can't give to all of the participants would be the water bath canner, because it's a donation from the manufacturer and they don't deliver but to the 48, not including Hawaii and Alaska. So unfortunately, that's the trade-off when you get a donation like that. But all of the other prizes are going to be donated. Fort Jars has already agreed to send off their prizes, so we're good.
Good night, our Okie Homestead. And go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Lazy Days Ahead wanted to talk about Toe Jam, and that would be when I go in the challenge. I'm going to be canning it.
Okay, bye-bye.
I was going to say, Tony forgot to mention there's going to be weekly prizes too.
Yes.
Weekly prizes. So you're going to have to
So
comment
each of the weeks through the month of June. Yep. There's a bad leg. Sorry, that's why I'm trying to catch up to what's being said. Each of the weeks in the month of June, there's going to be 50 lids, whether it's regular mouth lids or wide mouth lids, as well as a book, a canning book. So that could be a handful of the ball books or the USDA's complete guide to canning. That's one of the books, and there's another one. I'm not sure right off the top of my head that one. It goes every day till June 30th, and we're going to do a live giveaway where we're going to have the collaborators on. Mike from Fort Jars has agreed to come on, so we're ready, and I think it'll be a good collaboration. So that's been taking all my time.
Tony, could you repeat the name of the collaboration again for Gail Southern Living so she can at least know the name of it?
That is Jam It Up June.
And so everybody in
And
the
it will
collab is
start
already
on
scheduled,
my
right?
channel, which is Kettle Kitchen. Yes. Yep.
So everybody is scheduled for the collaboration already. Tony arranged all of this with everyone ahead of time. So it's my understanding, and Tony, jump in if I'm wrong, but every day of the month of June, starting with Kettle Kitchen, which is Tony's channel, every day somebody's going to be posting a video from this collaboration, correct?
You are correct. The only day that there's an exception is the first. The Flavorful Home is also going to be doing. Are you shocked by that?
No, I was just excited that I got it right.
Their channel will also be doing the same day I'm doing, which is the first. Aside from that, it is one every day for the 30 days of the month.
Good night, Don Ray B. Welcome in Life with Linda and Chuck.
Everybody come watch, comment, like, subscribe. You find something
comment
you like,
every day.
Subscribe to the channel. It just helps us all out.
And it's free.
Yes. You have to comment every day, and the more you comment, the more your chances are, because it'll be done. It is free, and it will be done by a random draw of the day. So
did you see Rich's comment? He said, "Jam it. We're just getting things planted. How can we make jam? Give us a chance to grow something up north." Yeah, I'm going to have to make my jam from local berries at the grocery store. Don't look at me like that, Leanne.
I will.
Sorry.
Stop judging me.
My berries are coming from my freezer from last year.
Okay, well, la-dee-da. I got 3 raspberries last year, and I'm making something else with a different berry, and I don't have them yet. Can I make meat chicken?
One
jam?
other thing I'd like to throw in there too. No, please don't.
It's good. It's good
One
for the
other
dogs.
thing I'd like to throw in there, Blue, who's over there, is also joining us in the collaboration. So for me, I think it's kind of awesome because we're coming together from different countries doing it too.
Nice.
Yep.
Scary.
And one other thing that goes along with hers specifically, sorry, is we have guidelines we follow here in the United States. They have their own different set of guidelines. So she's going to stick to her guidelines. She's going to put it out there. So we're just trying to make sure that everybody gets a chance and is involved. So that's the point.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I had to reach out to Leanne and say, what can I make? I'll be honest.
And I gave her what I was
I
going to
already
make.
knew that.
But it's new. It's new. I mean, I don't make that stuff because we don't really eat it a lot. So I don't really make that stuff, you know.
Just make what favorite fruit you have. You know?
The thing,
Make the jam out of that.
I'm
Yeah.
not
right,
using fruit.
she's correct. Slava is correct.
I
What
like
was that?
peaches. Peaches are my favorite, but you know, we're not in South Carolina or Georgia.
Oh.
I love peaches.
Yep.
I could have everything peach and raspberry. I'd be
The other
thrilled.
thing that I think is important, I want to put out there too. The other thing I want to throw out there as well too is that, and people can tear me apart for this if they want to, but it's something I stand by. I tried to make sure that all the recipes out there were safe, tested recipes, because that is one of the points behind my channel. I want to give people the right way to do it. I want to give them the options that they can do it with, and then have the proper information. And I think it's important. Again, that's me. That's my channel. I know Leanne agrees with me, not excluding anybody else here. But that is, I mean, we got too many new canners coming out here that don't have the right information, or they're not utilizing it, whichever it is.
Well, yeah, and then they're going to watch your channel and say, Tony told me I could do this, and the next thing you know, you're going to have an issue.
Exactly.
That's one of the things I think about. And that's why I have, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not going to totally absolve me, but my thoughts is this is just the way we do things. I have a disclaimer on all my videos. We're not experts. We are not doctors. We're not financial experts. We're not Purdue chicken raisers. But, you know, the bottom line is this is how we do it. This is what works for us. And there's some things that we do that I don't show you guys. And the reason why is because I don't want the backlash from it.
Yep.
And it's not that I'm afraid of the backlash. I don't want to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just, you know, like,
Right.
you know, animals get hurt and you don't have a vet and you have to do what you have to do. And you have to treat it. And sometimes that's not something I need to show people because then you get a liability.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
Yep.
agree. I agree.
And you can't possibly show everything. I mean, it's, you know, we're not a 24/7 bloggers to just go and film around and show every second of our life.
Yeah, we've got one of
Exactly.
those really. Like, we do have a life, kind of.
Yeah. And internet, what we show on the internet, it's not our life.
Yeah.
No.
Right. Right. I agree.
It's
with
not.
that.
It's not.
Except for the garden. The garden is real.
Okay. I mean, the only thing I cut out is me flopping around on the ground because I'm out of shape. That's. I figure you guys don't need to see that.
There's a whole lot that I cut out. Woo!
Yeah.
Speaking of cutting out, I'm so surprised by the YouTube algorithms. When I was spending hours editing my videos, like cutting everything out and just doing a voiceover, muting everything, all the unnecessary noises and stuff like that, the algorithms were not liking it. I would get maybe 100, 200 views and that's it. And then I'm sure some of you know, I dropped my phone in the soup accidentally, not on purpose. So the microphone stopped working. That microphone that's, I guess now I learned that there's few microphones on the phone. And the one that was for talking and for doing a voiceover stopped working. So now I can only talk on speaker.
Oh.
But when I film and talk in the same time, it works. So this is what I've been doing the last week, just recording raw footage and putting it out there on YouTube. And YouTube likes it. The algorithm picked it up. And I'm like, so, for a year, I've been editing my videos for hours. And it was just a waste of time. It's crazy.
It is crazy. It is crazy because we'll have I think I had 2 hours of footage on the meat bird coop on the second part that I cut down to under 10 minutes. And it takes some time, but the reality of it is we have to get this done. So I can't keep stopping and hitting the button and doing all this stuff. So I just let it roll and then piece it together, but it is time consuming. Absolutely. Yeah. But that's a good point.
I know, Leanne can probably attest to this. I know that when we're doing food videos, and a lot of people say, why would I want to do something that takes you 2 hours to do? That just seems it's like, it doesn't take us 2 hours to do it. It takes us 20, 30 minutes. But when you're videoing, that stretches it out because you got to stop, you got to re-angle, sometimes you got to remake some of the process. And so it does turn into a very long process. And I'm sure all you ladies could attest to it in a different approach, but it's the same thing. You can have 4 hours of video that you're shrinking down to 10, 15 minutes, and it's a challenge.
Yeah.
It sure is.
It is. I tried that with soap making, and I tried it. I did a canning one myself, and I never posted it. And I was talking to my mom. My mom has a channel, and I was talking to her about that. And I just said, I just can't understand how everybody can do this. And it looks so professional. But for me, I can can, and it takes like no time, and I've been canning for over a decade. And so it just goes like this, and I'm like trying to put a video together, and it's like, oh my gosh, you don't realize how many angles there are. And then the other issue that I have is that my camera gets steamed up. So I'm constantly having to go, trying to wipe it off. Because, with canners, things get steamy, and there's all that technical to it. So, yeah, there's a lot to it.
We got issues.
Sorry.
I think the other thing that goes back to what Lisa was saying, though, is that because she had mentioned the point that she doesn't can jams and jellies because she doesn't eat them that much. I think in a homesteading setting, though, or a preparation setting, it's smart to try it once or twice a year, even if it's just a small batch, so that you keep that practice going for whatever the future might bring.
Oh, Tony, absolutely. No, we did some last year, and with our tomato harvest, we had 1.5 jars of salsa. So we will definitely be doing more this year for sure. Blue, did you want to say something?
I forgot. I actually did. I've forgotten.
Well, Tony had a good point. I wholeheartedly agree with him. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Isn't that 5 o'clock feeling there, Pam?
No, it's ADHD.
Oh.
Squirrel brain. Yep, gone.
I hear you.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, so when I do there's a few different ways that I do my food videos. Okay, and some of them you will hear talking over, like I'm talking at the same time. The ones where there's more subtitles, that I write the whole thing in subtitles, that's where there's swearing involved, and I can't edit it out. Okay, because I just can't. So the one.
Thank you, Vineyard Chicks. I wish your mom a happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, any that you see that are just purely like subtitled, yeah, that's because no, I get in trouble. Lots of trouble.
That's the joke. If you saw the challenge video we put out today, I don't know if you guys noticed, like that's the ongoing joke that Ryan's always walking in the background of my videos. So
no, I haven't noticed.
Okay, well, at Christmas time he did it. He walked past the window not once but twice. And he usually has a tobacco product, which they frown upon. Sometimes there's a canned beverage, you know. And so then when we're working, there's often swearing.
Mm-hmm. Like the turkey building you made.
Yeah. Or the fence. I don't know if you remember the fence where I did the bells and whistles when he I do know that a turkey waterer went flying across the yard the other day because it kept leaking and we're getting frustrated. Like nothing is level here. And we spent the money on these galvanized waterers and he replaced all the gaskets for me. And we bought them for durability and they're really pricey. Well, the darn things, I put them out there and the chickens, an hour later, the chickens have no water. So it's a waste of water and they're leaking and it's like, it's just they're garbage. So I'm just really frustrated. So I ended up buying a plastic one. But yes, Chris and Larry, at least he is dressed. Yes. But our door is there and he came through one time on a live and somebody was like, watch out behind you. And I was like, it's my husband. And so it's funny because I do Mountain Grandma and he comes walking through and somebody's like, watch out behind you. And then I did the challenge video. And if you watch it.
The other thing.
Go ahead, Tony.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I thought you were finishing. Sorry.
It's okay.
I think the thing is funny is I get a lot of people with my videos that'll say, well, how come in one video you're talking, the next video you're overlaying images or you're doing whatever. And the part that's funny that I can't explain to people, especially if it's, you know, a group of people on channel when I'm recording, is that I'm sorry, but the video that I did record has my child running through screaming bloody murder, and I can't have that on there. Or it's the one time I'm going to say this just so you guys know me. I'm a smoker, but you will never see me smoke on camera. So my biggest thing is I got to do things that modify that image because I don't want it to come across that there's an issue somewhere down the road. So in the editing process, it gets longer because of those reasons as well, or formats get changed or styles get changed or whatever it may be.
Right.
So Chris's Clever Craft is talking about the fact that he stopped putting tags and his videos are doing better. So I'm just curious because I do tags.
I was putting tags before and I still put them, and I noticed that 2 of my last videos are doing better than all of the videos previously. So I don't know. I mean, maybe it's the what kind of tags you put. I don't know. But I think I've used the same tags over and over. I don't know.
Okay. What do the rest of you think?
I just use different ones. Depends on what video I'm making for what. And then I just go down and put whatever pops into my squirrel brain at that moment and looks kind of right. Because there's nothing to say you. Because, like, you know, with other places that have got hashtags and stuff when they come up, like on Twitter or Instagram or something like that, it'll give you an option when you put them down, but there's no options with the tags, so you've just got to make it up as you go along, really. So there's some really weird tags on mine that I don't know. If it works, it works.
Yeah. So let me see. Well, I mean, it does come down to content, Rich. I agree with you 3,000%, but sometimes you can have good content and it's not getting out there. It's true. I mean, you know, I'll be the first one to tell you when one of my videos is really awful. But, you know, it's like even when you work really hard on something.
As a new content creator, I'm finding, obviously I'm not an expert and I'm learning this and I'm small. Sorry, there was a bad leg. I don't know if you're talking or not.
No, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. But at being a smaller channel, I'm learning this as I go. But one thing I am learning is that it's almost like you got to change it up. If you stay stagnant in the same intros, the same thumbnails, the same this, the same that, whatever else you want to throw in there, it really then comes down to what Rich is saying, which is the content's got to be different and it's got to be drawing people in. But at the same token, as I was starting to say, if you stay the same, it becomes redundant and people think they're watching the same videos, or it looks like something I've already seen or something like that. So changing it up might be a thing to do too.
So maybe that's what helped me, because I was, doing the same thing over and over. Every video was a voiceover, and then suddenly I did the change, just raw footage, and I guess that's what worked.
Yeah, but then you've got videos or channels that are out there that put, my husband tells me to make this 3 times a week, and it's the same thing every single time. There's always a voiceover in whatever language they're speaking, and it's the same kind of thing every single time. So it's really, because it works for them, but I don't know. See, I'm not quite sure how you could make 200 videos or 200 dishes 3 times a week unless you've got a massive family, but apparently there's a few channels out there that do that. So, yeah.
Won't be happening here.
No.
That would require you, Lisa, to cook.
I had a delicious Velveeta meal tonight with locally grown beef.
Nice.
Don't look at me like that, Leanne.
I'm just thinking about the pizza I had tonight with locally grown beef, because it was in our backyard, and sausage and canned mushrooms.
Awesome. I just made a bunch of desserts today because, as I mentioned previously, we're going to have guests on Sunday, and tomorrow I'll be cooking, preparing all the rest of the food. So today I was just concentrating on all of the desserts, and I was holding myself tight to not eat all of them because I love desserts. And I made my favorite ones. I made tiramisu, brownies, chocolate chip cookies, and flan. I love flan so much that I have to still put it in the fridge. It's just sitting, chilling over there.
Nice.
We worked on making cupcakes tonight. We made, I think like 50 cupcakes, and then I made a huge thing of guacamole. We're having a baby shower tomorrow, so we're hosting.
Aww.
Yeah, so it's actually for my son and his wife. We're going to be grandparents for the first time, so
Yay.
Congratulations.
It's a girl. I can officially say that. It's a girl. So we go on baby watch in 5 weeks. So we're hosting the shower tomorrow. So we're having a taco bar. So we're not having locally ground beef, but that sounds really good. I went to the local Costco and and I picked up the local Costco ground beef.
Local Costco.
It's the local Costco and the local Costco cheese and all the Costco taco bar stuff. So we're going to have a taco bar.
I went to a local Costco too today, and I got fish.
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. I was just so focused on that taco bar that I forgot to think about dinner tonight. So I quality controlled a cupcake for dinner tonight.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, Rich is going to wear a low-cut dress so he can show some cleavage on his next video. Everybody make sure you subscribe to the Old Swedes Farm.
I'm so watching that.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, Rich, I am old enough to be a grandma. Actually, I could have several grandkids by my age. So I'm not going to announce how old I am, but yes, I could have several grandkids.
I'm going to check on Diesel real quick. Something tells me he's up to no good. Excuse me. Behave yourselves.
I'm surprised my dog isn't snoring. I have a 14-year-old Cocker Spaniel laying down right behind me. And usually she gets into that deep sleep and it's
Okay.
loud.
It's over.
It's over. Forget it. You know, that's how 14-year-old Cocker Spaniels are. They're just loud.
Just like Diesel.
Just like Diesel. Yeah. Yeah. Dogs are something else.
Was that yesterday you had a short him or a video on him snoring?
Yeah, he's not a good livestock guardian dog at all. He's not. He just sleeps and snores.
We have a German Shepherd and a Standard Poodle mix. He's a service dog. He's a working dog for my husband. And he sounds so like he's got that German Shepherd, like, but he has to greet everybody. But as soon as you walk in the door, he's like, "Hey, best friend, what you got for me?" That's the funniest thing. But he's trained not to be aggressive too, so he's super friendly.
Oh, that's awesome. He's a good-looking dog.
He is. He's a hot mess, as I like to call him, and he knows he's good looking. He puts on his vest and he struts his stuff as we're out about. Like we went to Costco today, and he was out. He's like, "Yeah, I'm working. Dad, you good? Okay, I'm working." And it's so cute because people will see him out, and this little boy today said, "Mommy, that's a canine. That's a police dog." And I was listening to that conversation, and I said, "Well, could I tell you what kind of dog he is?" And she said, "Yeah." And I explained some of his services and what he actually does for my husband on his level. He was about 5 or 6 years old, and just to see him light up, he was like, "Oh, he does all that." I said, "Yeah, he's a pretty important dog. You know, he's not just a pet dog. He's a working dog, but he's not a canine dog like the police force. Those are really cool dogs, but no, this one's pretty special."
Hey, Prepper 101, welcome in. That's funny.
It is. It's fun explaining that to little kids and see them light up and go, "Oh."
Yeah, and then there's Diesel. Diesel, who decided to get into the I'm trying to say the nice way to say this. We have wood pellets for our stove, and so we usually keep an empty bag and keep stuff in the bags in it. And we had the chicken in the house, and I was using puppy pads and shoved them in the bag, and Diesel got in there.
Oh.
And I didn't know until, well, I knew, but then we found out how much he ate later. So gross.
There's no helping some dogs.
There's no helping him. Tony at our cabin in the woods said his Siberian Husky howls all the time. He had a video of his dogs. They weren't allowed on the furniture, but somebody was bad.
And Rich, I kind of already have started that. My name is going to be Gigi. And so, because for Grandma Glenda. And so Gigi has already had a problem going down the baby aisle and going, "Okay, this is on sale," you know, like a little outfit. You know, I found for next year, it was a Valentine's Day outfit, and it was $3. And I'm like, "Oh, we'll just put that in the cart for next year," you know, and so I've already got a problem. My husband said, "You're going to teach her what a sale is." And I'm like, "Yeah." And then my son heard me say that. And I said, "Yeah, it'll be, Daddy, I saved you $5. And I spent 10, you know." Gigi taught me that, you know. So I can't wait to teach her all these things.
Good night, Heather Lynn. Hey, Nick at Arizona Highland Homestead. Well, I FaceTime with my granddaughter. She's in Connecticut, and it's funny. I FaceTime with her, and she's like, "I want to see the eggs.
Oh.
I want to see the chickens." So I walk all over the place, and we have to collect the eggs and count them and all that stuff. So
That's nice.
it's fun. It's fun stuff.
That's
That's
cool.
what I can't wait to do. I can't wait to take her out to the coop and let her just sit with the chickens, and then I get to farm sit. So I don't own a farm, but like I get to my neighbors where my chickens are at, I get to farm sit for their animals. So I hope to be able to take her up there and let her see. They have horses and donkey, and they have goats, and they have 2 flocks of chickens, and then they have the pet turkey, and they have barn cats. So I want to be able to take her up there and just go, yeah, these are the farm animals, and just let her experience that. Because I didn't get that as a little girl, and my son didn't get that as a little boy either. So I want to be able to do that for my granddaughter, give her that full experience.
Aw.
Yeah.
Chris and Larry, she is 4.5.
Oh.
My little boo-boo.
Oh, that's the fun age.
Yeah, she's a trip. She's a trip. She gets the phone and she walks around, and it's like, it's more like this. And then she sits there and she goes, click. It's like, oh my gosh.
Oh, she's awesome.
She did that when she was 2. She'd be on the phone and she'd be talking to me, and this is what I get. Hello. Hi, Mimi. Hi, Mimi. Or she goes like this. She's, I'm watching TV, Mimi. It's like, I need your face here. For the longest time, this is all I saw was one eye.
Your eye is beautiful.
No.
Your whole beautiful face.
Yeah. She is just too funny, I tell you. But yeah, she'll sit there and she's like, I want to see the eggs. Hey, no worries, Danny. No worries. Get some rest. Don't worry about it. Hey, Sandy, Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona. But yeah, she's really sweet. She's getting big fast.
Kids grow too fast.
Way too
They
fast.
do.
Yeah.
They absolutely do. This is my youngest that's having our first. So I agree. They grow way too fast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then they turn into lumping great elephants.
I have to jet out. Sorry, I have to jet out. I got a dog issue to deal with. Sorry.
All right. Well, I hope everything is okay. I hope you have a good
Thanks,
evening. Thanks for
everybody.
joining us.
Bye, Connie.
Yep.
It's a pleasure.
Bye.
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 I'm probably going to get going myself, guys, because I've got to be out the door by 7 a.m. I know, Leanne.
Your eyes open before 8?
That's going to be hard.
Yeah, I have to wake up early too because tomorrow is gonna be sunny, and I'll
Oh,
be
good.
planting all of those seedlings.
You're going to
So
be
excited.
busy.
Yeah.
I'm already
Wow.
up early. Does that count?
You can go take a nap now, right?
No.
No naps for you?
No, not till later. But we'll see.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody, tonight. We really appreciate it. So thank you so much. It was great to see all of you. Happy Mother's Day to all of you who are mothers.
Yes. Happy
Well,
Mother's Day
enjoy.
to you.
Yes. Happy
Thank
Mother's
you.
Day.
Enjoy your shower and enjoy your Mother's Day party. I hope your husband feels better, Slava.
I hope to. Thank you.
Look at Rich. He's like, let's keep it going.
Yeah. Take over the live. Hey, I did that yesterday. That was me yesterday. Thanks. Stop it.
Did you?
All right, honey. I did a live. Yeah. I always do a live on Friday.
Oh, no. I thought you said you took over a live.
Oh, no.
I was like,
I wouldn't do that. No.
Hello, first time caller. Where are you from?
yes. Hi, we're on Mennonite Radio. WMENNONITE. What, I was being appropriate.
I was trying to think of something funnier.
Yeah, I didn't have it.
Oh, my
Rich
God.
said he'll call you in a bit. Oh, happy Mother's Day, Lisa Kolovi. But everybody in the chat, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate all of you. And we will see you all next week. Everybody on the panel, thank you so much for joining in. Just know you guys are always welcome. And Rich, we will get you on next week if you're available. But thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
You too.
All right,
Bye.
take care. No worries, Sandy. Take care, everybody. Good night.
Night.
Night.